teach me. That's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. You gotta have somebody sit down with you and show you basically how it's supposed to go. Or you just gonna be a fool that can memorize a whole bunch of words, stop eating pork, and you think you God now. That's not how it works. You don't memorize 120 mathematics.
So basically you said everybody needs an enlightenment.
Well, they don't even say enlightenment now. You know what I'm saying? Now they
Doom always say that.
That started later on. But I really
what started later on?
Enlightener. I always said enlightener back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I said. Enlightener.
Educator king.
Hey, yo, look, HK king.
Enlightener was a long time.
Enlightener go back in the day. But I'm saying to me personally, the way I see it, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. A lot of people be in here thinking that they teaching the Lord's teachings, and they not teaching the Lord's teachings because they wasn't taught right. That's why somebody got to teach you. You just can't say, yo, man, look, you know, you just walk around and shit and somebody just pass you off. Like, brothers, man, when we was coming up, God, they used to say, yo, why you want this? Right? And then when you used to get this, they used to make you go on a fast.
Yeah.
Me, I went on my fast.
Right.
Right. No, that's not, but it exists with me. And I go, any student that I got right now will tell you, I put them on a fast and I go on a fast with them. You know what I'm saying? I put them on 3-day fasts. Sometimes they go on a 3-day fast. All right, you finish with your fast? Be like, all right, I'll stay on the fast. I'll keep going 4 and 5 days and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But my student, they put us on a fast, stopped us, and they told us what to eat, what not to eat. And you know, then we got mathematics. Then they groomed up because that's what the lessons say. You know what I'm saying? When they say, you know, civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of self, and science, everything in life.
That's the process.
Okay, that's the process. You just don't bring them into the nation and give them mathematics.
And it's something that comes before the knowledge of self.
Right, before the knowledge of self.
That's right.
First you gotta civilize.
Degree.
You know what I'm saying? Then you civilize them, you tell them what
process.
foods to eat that's right, and what foods to eat that's wrong. Then you give them righteousness. You say, yo, man, this is what you gotta do in order to be right. You know, you gotta be upright. Then you give them a knowledge of self.
That's peace,
you know what I'm saying? Because some
is,
people, like, you might have babies or something like that might not be a part of this right here, but they got civilization because they watch you. They not eating no swine, and they don't believe in a mystery God. However, they might not have knowledge of self, but that's all right, because everybody, like we say, is not gonna get this right here. But they got some of the tenets, you know what I'm saying, of being civilized. You know, so you give them civilized, like you say, you give them civilization, righteousness, knowledge of self. That sounds everything in life with love, peace, and happiness. I go to the islands outside the United States. They eat swine and worship a mystery God. But they got love, peace, and happiness like you ain't ever seen. Like you ain't ever seen. You're not on the corner slinging crack, busting guns at each other, drinking wild alcohol, with videos on TV with people killing each other and disrespecting the woman and all that type of stuff. Them people singing about being in love, about hanging out with each other, about just, you know, just drinking at the club and stuff like that. It's just a lot of love. Don't think a person got to be all swine just to be, you know what I'm saying, to have a lot of love in their heart. You know what I'm saying? People got a lot of love out there, man. I love going out there. Now, I don't recommend nobody to eat the swine. I see my man tape. Right. Edit on that. That's the only part. The that's gonna be on there. It's all right to eat pork. It's all right to go back to the mob. Yeah, the pork guard. I have seen people that, you know, they eat, you know, swine and stuff like that, but they got a lot of love in their heart, a lot of peace, a lot of happiness and stuff, you know what I mean? There's peace out there in those islands, you know. However, man, everybody, like I said, man, you got tenets of civilization and doing your duty, man, you know. And you just give them some of it, man, you know what I'm saying? You don't force this on nobody, man. That's right. You don't force this on nobody.
Brother, the Father was teaching. God was the last thing he taught them. He didn't teach them they was God and shit. Right. He taught them how to be brothers first. Right. You had to teach your brotherhood first.
That's right.
You know? God was the last thing he taught them. Right. That was the last thing. And I think, from what I was told, I'm not sure, God, but I think it was ABG.
Right, it wasn't until he started
manifesting that he was God.
Right.
And put a law in his name.
Yeah, you are.
What is it?
Right, exactly.
Butter, arugula.
Yeah. It's like he was forced now to take it to the next level, teaching God, because someone already came into that realization.
Right,
exactly. So now you couldn't put it under the rug no more.
Right.
A lot of brothers got that. And they went crazy. Robin Walker.
And they wanted to beat him up.
Robin Walker lost him. He went insane. He stayed in the stratosphere. Then you had the Tanga Ali. He was another one. Oh, Dr. York, forget about it. Man, them dudes, man, they got it and they lost it. That's why he, like you said, because I always heard that the brotherhood was so strong back then that the father had to come home and tell them, yo, man, look, y'all got to get some women. So they said that all they used to do was just help women across the street with their bags, help them upstairs, or whatever, you know, things, you know, of that nature. They was always very, you know, cordial, very polite, very humble, and very just, you know, nice to the people. So he came and told them, like, look, man, y'all got to get some women, man. You know, go out there and get some women, man, bring them in here, man, because, you know, they were just on the brotherhood. And one thing I heard, man, they had a lot of love, unconditional love they had for each other.
It was all they had.
Right, exactly.
And they had gangs back then that they had to deal with. When they was coming out of that, you know, that gang life, they still had to deal with all the gangs that was around them and stuff. And, you know, they had to show them how to be righteous without adding, you know, gasoline to the fire, you know?
Yeah, we were the minority back then. But just like you see now, new groups come over here, and they feel like they're being oppressed, beat up, taken advantage of. They start to form brotherhoods and new gangs is born out of self-defense, you know what I'm saying? So now they stick together. It's like in jail, when you go to jail, they clean together, you know what I'm saying, for protection or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's how it was. So we was the minority, but once we became the majority now, you know what I'm saying, that's when we didn't have to love each other the way we used to. You know what I'm saying? We take for granted now, there's so many of us.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't got to show that same love no more.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
We should.
We should.
You still got people that do because that's why we still here, man.
And the love is the bond, the glue that holds us together. So that's why you see the numbers dwindle so much. Because as the love lesson, the bond lesson. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. That's why all brothers always complain about why the parliament seats is empty and all that. And they always complain about the same thing, ain't no more love no more. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem.
That's what Koulibaly said when he first came home, when he after he went into parliament. He said, the song he had sung about love, you know, with the father. Then he said, what are y'all giving to each other? You know, love, like you said, the love is love.
Some people think something soft about that love.
But what I'm saying is God loyalty. You got guards that hang, well, you know, 85%. We'll need to hang up, but he'll be more loyal to the 85% nowadays. Now, when I was coming up, that was unheard of. You know what I'm saying? That was unheard of.
This not ridiculous.
Now it's like, that's my man. You choose him over the God. You know?
I remember I was young.
That's what's taking place now.
Back in Bill Wisdom, before I got knowledge, I was getting into a fight with his brother. He was a 5%. And my right-hand man, his name is Clay Bourne.
Oh, Clay, what's going on, bro?
He said, yo, get into a fight with him. I said, why? He said, because that's a God. If you get into a fight with him, I got to help him. You my man. They don't see me. They ask you where I'm at. You telling me you going to fight me against him?
That's real.
I was like, yo,
that's real right there.
That's the kind of love they have.
Yeah.
I was going against you for the God. I was like, yo, whoa.